Well, hello. Welcome to the Soolip Fix. I'm Wanda and I'm going to take you on a little spa experience. Well, I actually wish I could, but I can't actually take you on a spa experience, but I can show you how to gift a spa experience in a most experiential, sensory, invigorating way. So, these days I find that people are gifting experiences and people are wanting experiences more than things. I think that we've gone through years and decades of amassing things and property and tangible items, but I think what people are really wanting, especially because we've all been staying home because of the pandemic, but I think people are really wanting experiences. So one of the most popular experiences that people are gifting are spa experiences. And to gift a spa experience, you could just get probably download a gift certificate from the spa and print it out and put it in an envelope and give it to that person. And that's great, and I'm sure that person would love to receive that. However, why don't you take it up a notch? And I'm gonna show you how you could take it up a notch. All right, so I'm gonna start with a gift wrap project. And I happen to have this beautiful lavender box that I actually made for a spa. I have the gift certificate for this experience, but I put it, instead of using the sort of commercial quality envelope that I received the gift certificate in, I just put it into a nicer envelope with a nice deep pointed flap, and I wrote for you, Mom. It's for my mom. And a purple pen. So I'm going to put that aside. I have a box that I'm going to gift this in, but first I'm going to line it. So a lesson in lining a box. All right. This is one of my favorite tissues. It's a shimmery gold tissue. It's just lovely. And this is where a cutting mat with measurements could come in really handy. But I'm gonna test myself on camera, live, and I'm gonna show you how you can just simply fold this. So you could see what I did, or did you see what I did? Maybe I was talking too much. Well, here, look at my hands. All right, so I'm taking the middle point, just slightly above center on my height side, and I'm going to basically pleat it, bring it down, and I'm setting this, I'm measuring it and eyeballing it so that the width of this will be a width that this box can accommodate. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that my lines are straight. So that the folds are straight. It's pretty straight. It may not be 100%, but what's 100% these days, right? Nothing. But that's the beauty of life, right? Okay, so I have this pleated tissue, and I'm going to just tuck in the edge. This is the edge that I'm gonna have folded over. I'm gonna bring my box to the center of my workspace. Whew! This fits actually pretty well. Okay. I'm gonna line the box. This tissue, or any tissue, is very delicate. I mean, you have to handle it with kid gloves. And I see that the tissue's just a little bit, it's pretty, I can do that. Okay, I'm just gonna fold this side too, just for kicks. Actually, not just for kicks, it's because it's pretty long. So I'm going to do this. Now, in putting this spa gifting package together, I was thinking, okay, how can I take the experience of this spa and have it in this box? Well, when you're at a spa, or if you're gifting, I don't know, experience of going to a football game at some big stadium. Of course, you're not going to do that now because of the pandemic, but when you're gifting an experience, think about the elements. Take the time to think about the elements, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, whatever is indicative of wherever you're gifting. Okay, so I'm thinking about the spa. I'm thinking, okay, what's indicative of spa? Well, there's always scent, there's always aromatherapy. So I chose a scent from my mom that I think she'll love. So I just bought this scent that's beautifully packaged. Sight, right? So to achieve an experience for someone that is full-bodied, you have to hit all their senses. Like that's really, when you're able to play to and heighten the senses of all your senses in one gift, that really makes for a nice experience. So, smell, I have smell. Sight, I'm going to put a little crystal in here. Actually, this also is part of the sixth sense because it's like soulful, right? I believe in our six senses. Intuition, soul. Okay, so there's something for your eyes to look at. What about taste? Well, let's see, I'm thinking of a spa, healthy foods. I put together a collection of things I think my mom would like. Dried apples, dried apricots, and a little bit of chocolate. I put it in a little cellophane bag so that she has something to eat when she opens this gift. And let's see, touch. Touch is another sense. And this will be, let's see, all this paper is very tactile. So, but I have something else I'm going to put in here that's very tactile. And just wait. So, I'm going to create a bed for this so that these things can, these items can rest in. All right. So, and now you can, scrunch up tissue like a ball and sort of just like stuff it in here and be done with it, and that's all great. But I'm going to show you a little trick that I use that just gives it a little bit more of a refined look, as I sort of pleat it with my thumb and pointer finger and all my other fingers to hold it. And so it creates like a pleat. And then I'm going to lay it so carefully so that there's some sense of order in this, okay? I'm going to, that's too heavy. I'm just going to hold this. I'm going to use this to hold it for a second. I'm going to take another one. So this technique where I'm sort of soft pleating the tissue is a technique that you could use to act as filler for a gift, to take up space, right? So I'm eyeballing this and basically continuing. I'm going to use moss. I'm going to use a little bit of nature and fill this. Fill the cavity of this box so that we have a little bit of nature going on, because when I think of a spa, I think of nature. And I love this green infused in it. Now, you can, depending on where you live, I mean, heck, you can go outside and maybe fill this with leaves. Maybe maybe it's the fall, you've got a lot of leaves in your front yard. You can use those leaves to fill a box. You can use tree bark. Tree bark is lovely. I've used tree bark for lots of different things in my creative life. Okay, so now I've got some beautiful texture that definitely sparks my eyes and feels good. Okay, so now I'm going to just place scent. I'm going to place this little crystal somewhere. I'm going to place my little package of goodies. And I'm just going to, actually I'm going to do this. And I'm going to set the card in. Okay. There you go. Then I'm going to just fold this over, fold this over, and if you have a little fun sticker, I happen to have a sticker, of course I would. I have a sticker that says Om, believe it or not. I'm going to turn this around. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Okay. And I'm just going to put it right at this intersection right here to help close it and seal it. Then I'm going to take this. Okay, now I'm going to now gift wrap it. So I'm just going to hold this right there. So I chose this beautiful paper. It is a Japanese paper. It's got beautiful unreal fibers running through it. They're long fibers, so this paper actually is really, really sturdy. It's inspired by the Mingei movement in Japan, where sort of as a response to the fast industrialization of that country, there was a whole craftsman movement that evolved in and celebrating things that were made of the hand by human beings and the human hand. So I actually love this paper. It's got a very nice aesthetic, and I love the aqua blue. It reminds me of, spa. Okay, so I'm going to cut my paper and making sure that I have enough to wrap around my box. Eyeball it. It's always important to have a nice pair of scissors, better than these. I can see that it's sticking a little bit. Don't throw away these pieces of these excess scraps, because they will come in handy. And I have to tell you that is really how Soolip started, is because I would never throw away paper scraps, stacks of paper. So what became a drawer full of paper scraps then became a closet full of paper scraps, and then it became a room full of paper scraps. And then I remember telling my late partner, Grant, well, it's time I better have a paper store. That's the truth, actually. Okay, and now I have more paper than I need. Okay, now I'm ready to wrap. Okay, you know what this is? I'm gonna just tie this a little bit because it's just coming open a little bit. So I'm gonna use my lovely twine. This is wax twine. I love wax twine because it comes in a zillion of colors and it's just fun to wrap with. And actually I like this because it just adds a little bit of, just another little layer of love. When I put together a gift for someone, to me it's like layering love. And so any little detail is nice. Not that you want to overdo the detail. Definitely I'm not, definitely I don't like that, but you know, a little bit of detail is nice. Okay. All right, I'm gonna trim. I just did a one side 2-time wrap just to hold it a little bit and adds a little bit more detail, the sign of the human hand, okay? All right, now I'm gonna place the bottom side down and I'm gonna wrap, make sure it's, Oh no. I just cut this beautiful paper and it doesn't, oh no. Ha, I gotcha. All right, I'm gonna show you a different way to wrap. Okay, but what if that happens? And that happens to a lot of people. You cut a paper and it's just, or you find a paper and it's just not long enough or wide enough to go around the box or whatever you're wrapping. Okay, here's a trick. This has saved me in a lot of instances. Okay, so you could see that this paper, it doesn't go all the way here, and it doesn't reach all the way here. So now what do? All right, you simply turn your piece at an angle. You bring up one side, okay, and you just pleat. Okay, you pleat the side in, okay, and you bring it up. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties here. Okay. Okay. Pleat this in. Bring this up. Okay, so you have to finagle the edges so they look nice, and I'm a little bit at a disadvantage because I can't get to here. Okay. All right, so there you go. And then the other side, I'm gonna pleat this in. So I pleat it in, so I come to the edge, I tuck it in, I bring this. Now this little guy, you can actually maybe do it this way. This isn't an exact science. It kind of depends what you're wrapping, size, and then the shape of the paper, but you just sort of like make do. No, that's not gonna work. All right, this is reminding me when I was on the Today Show years ago, and I was brought on to wrap, and they said, okay, you have this many minutes. Oh, you have this many minutes, and you're gonna wrap live, you know, from Rockefeller Center. And I said, okay, I'm gonna teach people how to measure paper, and then I'll wrap the present. Well, you know, I wasn't a seasoned presenter on television, and I can see that this is tearing. That's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna waste this paper. Okay, so here you go. So here I have this side. Anyways, to finish that story, so at the last minute they said, okay, you have 1 minute, you have 60 seconds. I said, great. And so here I am with Ann Curry on the Today Show, filming live from Rockefeller Center. And I had this piece of paper, it was too big because I wanted to present and teach and instruct how to measure your paper as well as gift wrap it. So I have to say I wrapped the worst present I've ever wrapped, but actually no one really knew because I just sort of, I just kept it together and fudged it. Anyways, I'm feeling like I'm having that moment right now with you. Okay. I'm gonna use a little bit of double stick tape to hold this guy down. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring my edge in a little bit, and the reason why I do so that when I fold, this isn't like flying out and looking, you know, I just want to keep it tidy. So I'm gonna bring this in slightly. Bring it up. Okay, and take a piece of double stick tape. Just gonna do both sides, both corners, and bring it in. And there you go. It's not it's not my best. I call this the envelope wrap. I don't know why, just because it reminds me of an envelope. But I basically used a piece of paper that wasn't going to wrap traditionally, and I used it in this way. Okay, now, so now I have this. Now, when I think of going back to the spa, and after this shoot, I'm gonna definitely need a spa experience for sure. So if any of you want to give me a spa experience, you know where I am. Okay, so I'm gonna take lavender. This is one of my favorite little tricks. I'm a big fan of nature, and I grew up in Oregon, so I was around nature a lot, and it just always has stuck with me all these years. And I believe in the power of nature, how it's healing, how you can just be having a really bad day and you go outside, you take some deep, full inhales and exhales, and it could just like change your entire consciousness and constitution. Okay, so I'm gonna take some, this is dried lavender. Smells so nice. I'm already transported. Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to make a little sachet. And this is a trick that maybe if you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me do this with ribbon and a crystal. Maybe if you saw my Valentine, one of my Valentine videos, and if you haven't, go watch it. It's great. Well, I think it's great. Okay, so basically I am leaving a tail of twine that's that is about 12, 14 inches, so that I have enough to, first of all, to come along the length of this, what I will call the base of this sachet, and then enough to use to tie or whatever else I may want to do with this. Okay, so now I'm basically going to wrap this twine and create like a cummerbund, like a band around this. So here I'm gonna, excuse me for a second. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm gonna start this band right about, there. And I'm going to basically wrap this twine, and I'm gonna put on my glasses because I can't really see the detail. I just started wearing glasses a lot. I actually like them. What do you think? Okay, so I'm actually wrapping the twine around this tail piece, okay? And I don't have a formal name for this. I'm sure someone out there maybe can suggest a formal name for this, but I just call it wax twine wrap. What do you think about that? Do you like that? Comment below. I mean, if you have another idea, I'd love to hear from you. I kind of like the wax twine wrap. Wax twine wrap. You know what? I actually think it should be a rap song called the Wax Twine Wrap. And if you have a song in your head, a jingle, shoot me that, because I mean, don't shoot me, but shoot me that jingle, because I actually would love to do a rap, because I'm a rapper. I mean, I'm a gift wrapper, but I could also rap if you wanted me to rap, like rap as in music. I am musical. I play the piano. Maybe one day I'll play for you. Okay. Okay. Do you see how I'm wrapping? I'm wrapping from my right to my left, and I'm being very meticulous about the twine paralleling itself over and over again, creating this beautiful color of this wax twine on one end of this lavender bundle. Okay? The reason why you want this string over here, this tail, and you want to wrap, wax twine wrap over it so that at the end you have, I want to make sure that the lengths are kind of similar. So when you come to the end of my wrapping extravaganza, that they meet and they meet up for their date. Okay, I'm going to tie a square knot. And there you go. It's a beautiful sachet. I'm going to embellish this gift with this piece, but also it's something that my mom or whoever you're gifting to has something that she could hang in her window or put by her bedside table. Okay, so I have this gift. I'm gonna use this ribbon, this hand-dyed silk ribbon, so lovely. This happens to have a front and a back, so I'm gonna make sure that I put the seam side down. Oh, gorgeous, these colors together. The deep aquas, beautiful. Okay, so in my head, I'm wrapping this with the intention of having the crisscross on my lower right-hand side. And you'll see why, because when I place this bundle of lavender, it has a nice environment and space to live within. Okay. So I'm doing my typical ribbon wrap. And just to remind yourself, or not yourself, but well, yeah, remind yourself. I could be reminding myself, but I don't need to remind myself. You take this lasso end, you take it on the, what is it? Do you remember? It's the southwest corner into the northeast, okay? And this time I am going to I usually don't like to tie a knot, but I think in this case, just because I don't want a lot of excess fluff on this, because I'm thinking of a spa, I'm thinking of, paring down, simple. Okay. I'm just gonna tie a loose knot to keep the eloquence and the voluptuousness of this ribbon. Okay. This is looking so gorgeous. Again, if you feel like gifting me a spa experience, I'm right here. Just kidding. I said I'm just kidding under my breath, but I'm really not kidding. No, I am kidding. Okay. You can keep these tails long, because then maybe for the recipient, maybe they want to do something with this. And let's see, it's if I had a pencil. I'm going to show you something else. Can you just hold on for a second? Just hold on. Okay, so let's see if this works. So I have this long string, and I could cut it, but maybe I want to keep it long because maybe my mom will want to do something with this and we'll need this long tail. So I'm just going to, so it looks eloquent, I'm going to just take a pencil. I'm just going to wrap the ends. I'm not sure if this will hold, but let's just see. So you can use anything. I mean, a pencil is pretty, yeah. There. It just kind of tames it a little bit, all right? So that she has the option whether she wants a string or not, but she has the option. And because this wax twine has a little bit of body and a little bit of stick, it actually works. All right, happy spa day. Thanks for joining me. I would love to hear from you, so comment below and make sure to subscribe. Bye.